Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Spin Reviews, and today I'm going to be going over what I got at Record Store Day 2015. Now, I went a little bit more into my history with vinyl and stuff, and like what my opinions on certain things about Record Store Day, in my video about Record Store Day from last year, which I recommend clicking here in the description and stuff. And yeah, so for this Record Store Day, it was interesting because I just moved about 20 minutes away from my personal favorite record store, Lou's. So I had to make a bit of a drive down there, which means I am getting there a little later than usual, which means that it was a little harder to get my hands on some of the stuff I wanted. But long story short, which I'll get into later, at the end of the day, I still ended up getting pretty much everything on my basic Plan A wish list of stuff to get. So without further ado, actually there will be further ado for wording, because I'll actually be going over the stuff that came in the bag with the actual vinyl products I got. So first up, there is the Record Store Day pin, the official Record Store Day pin, the seal featuring the one and only Dave Grohl. I have a Record Store Day poster on my set there in case you guys haven't noticed, so I'm probably just going to pin it up on there. That'll be cool. We also got Falling in Reverse sticker. We don't need that. Yeah. There is a compilation from Magic Ninja Entertainment featuring Twisted and Blaze Ya Dead Homie. Probably some kind of bad horrorcore, I guess. I'll give that a listen, I guess. Probably not think about it after listening to it. Sticker of the Coast. Cool. And there is a CD here called Fine Times Musicians Newspaper. Huh. And we got some reggae from Carlsbad. That's what the clerk told me about this. And yeah, those 2 minutes were kind of a waste of time. I'm probably going to edit that out. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll leave it in the bloopers because I keep going on about this and something funny might come out of my mouth eventually. Let's move on to the stuff that actually matters. Okay, so the first thing I got was the Big Data Dangerous 7-inch. You guys might remember I reviewed Big Data's album a couple weeks ago. Great album, strongly recommend you guys check it out, as well as the review if you haven't seen it. And the cool thing about the 7-inch here is that, like, in addition to the regular song being on the A side, the B side is this more like electro type remix under some producer named Oliver. And I'm really enjoying this EP here, this remix here. And the cool thing about packaging is that it is supposed to look like a floppy disk when you put the single in it, which actually kind of makes sense given the subject matter of a lot of Big Data's music. In addition to that, can't really show you since I'm playing 7-inch, but it actually is a flexi disc, which means you can bend it a little. I obviously haven't experimented much with that just because I don't want to bend it too much and break it and waste over 10 bucks. But yeah, one cool thing here. Okay, next up we have this Young the Giant 10-inch for the song Mirror Ball. Yeah, the first off thing you gotta notice is the cover here, in terms of physical collector's items, is really cool. It's got this distorted effect to it that I'm really cool. And this 10-inch has two songs on it, that being Mirror Ball, this new song here, which I'm assuming they recorded specifically for this. The song itself, well, I wouldn't say it's extremely different from Mind Over Matter and our stuff I've heard from them. There's definitely sort of a slightly less accessible, slightly more like dramatic element to the song that I'm really enjoying. And the B-side for this is actually an alternate version of the title track from that last album, Mind Over Matter, which is kind of a lot more intimate, a lot more live feeling, a bit less produced, sort of jazzy in some areas. Yeah, both these songs sound great, and comes with a download card, so I mean, how can you go wrong there? So the next thing is this Grouplove EP called Under the Covers. Great cover art from there from Hannah Hooper, as always, who does all of Grouplove's artwork. So as you might be able to tell from the title, this 10-inch has 3 covers that Grouplove have done over the last couple years. First off, there's a live version of Bob O'Reilly, a Who cover, with Portugal the Man, which is pretty faithfully done, and also really well done. You'd think that Grouplove wouldn't, you think that Kirsten from Grouplove wouldn't really be able to replicate Roger Daltrey all that well, but he does a surprisingly good job at it. Even though I'm not really discounting him as a singer, you know what I mean. For the B-side, first off, there is a cover of Cage the Elephant Spiderhead, which I really like because I sort of put a Groove Love and Cage the Elephant in the same sort of indie band sphere, I suppose. And this was an acoustic version they did for a Triple J's like version. You can probably see that on YouTube, I believe. I have seen that a couple times. And yeah, Narrowbird version there. And the last one, what you're hearing here, is a cover of the Beach Boys' Don't Worry Baby. They make it a little bit more of like a tight indie pop song, and it's sort of refreshing. I kind of like there are like 3 different types of covers on here. The acoustic one, the one that's really faithful, and the one that does kind of depart from the original. And they pull them all off really well. I could see purists like not really liking this version, which they did record for a Spotify session from what I heard. But yeah, all these are really great in my opinion, and they sound great on vinyl, so whoop. Okay, so I kind of got to run down what I did at Record Store Day before going to this last thing I got. So, my initial 3 things I wanted to get were the Big Data 7-inch, the Group Love 10-inch, and this next thing I'm going to be presenting here. Now, at first, over at Lose, I end up getting there about an hour later than I usually do, like I said earlier. So, this thing was sold out by the time my number was called. Which was unfortunate because it was probably my #1 thing of the day. But luckily, there is a record store between where I live and Lose. So I decided to stop by there casually later in the day, see if they had it. And amazingly, they did. So not only did I spend more than I normally would, but I still got this thing, which I'm going to show you now. Ladies and gentlemen, Social Distortion. Now this, it's a reissue of their self-titled album from 1990, I believe. This is really the only full-length album I've heard from Social Distortion, but I've been really wanting to get more into them. And, yeah, this album has really most of the big hits on it. You got Story of My Life, which you're hearing here, Ball and Chain, the cover of Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire, which is one of my all-time favorite covers. On a great blue vinyl, and apparently it's all from the original masters. They put a lot of care into the quality of this thing, which I'm really hearing in this pressing. Not that I consider myself like a gigantic audiophile, but that's just what I'm getting from it. And the insert was great. Cover on the back of them looking really cool. So yeah, that's really all the things I got for Record Store Day, and I really don't know what more I could have asked for. The only other things on my wish list, which were kind of Plan B things, were the Foo Fighters EP, which was mostly demos anyway, and the Lego Movie picture discs, which were like over $30. So I'm kind of glad I didn't have to go to that, even though that movie is awesome. So yeah, Big Data, Giant, Group Love, and Social Distortion. And that is the story of my day. So yeah, if you guys did Record Store Day this year, what did you get? Let me know in the comments below. I don't know how much my normal outro spiel I could do. I kind of didn't script this. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next episode of Spin Reviews. Bye.